I feel better than I deserve. And I now know that I can't just take it from this thing. That when the fever spikes, you just want to curl up in a ball and stay there for the next 6-7 hours. And you can't. You've got to bundle up your clothes. You've got to, start drowning yourself in fluids. You got to take your Tylenol and you got to get after it.
Chris Cuomo is opening up about his coronavirus symptoms, and let's just say he isn't sugarcoating it.
If you don't want it to get into your lungs, you got to force yourself to breathe. You got to get up off your ass. You got to walk around. It hurts. You don't want to do it. Everything in your body is telling you not to do it. And it's lying to you.
The CNN anchor was diagnosed with COVID-19 last Tuesday.
I tested positive. Scary. Yes, as you might imagine. But better me than you.
And on Monday's episode of Cuomo Primetime, he gave his viewers an update on his health during a chat with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
If you have coronavirus, in most of the cases, your big fear is that it's going to get your lungs. That's what it wants. It wants your lungs, this thing. So this weekend, I had the fever start to go down a little bit, and I started to feel it come into my chest. So I went to get a chest x-ray, and I want you guys to see this.
That's when Dr. Sanjay took a look at it and broke it all down for us.
It looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit of fluid buildup there, but not something that I would definitively call pneumonia.
I have to tell you, it is scary to have your lungs go up there and see this stuff and be like, well, what is that? What is like that smoke in there? And they tell you, yeah, it's the virus. It's in there. It's in you. You have to fight to keep it out. And, I'm doing fine. I don't have pneumonia. But if I want to stay that way, I got to have some things fall in my favor.
But this isn't the first time Chris has opened up about his experience with the virus.
So yeah, I've had a fever. You've had a fever, but 102, 103 plus that wouldn't quit. And it was like somebody was beating me like a piñata.
Last week, the newsman who is continuing to stream his show out of his basement, where he is still in quarantine away from his wife and their kids, revealed just how intense his fever was.
It was freaky what I lived through last night. And it may happen again tonight. Doctor says it may happen like 5-8 times.
Chris said that it got so bad that he actually hallucinated, and he thought he was talking to his dad, who died back in 2015.
I was shivering so much, I chipped my tooth. So the sun comes up, I'm awake. I was up all night. It was I'm telling you, I was hallucinating. My dad was talking to me. I was seeing people from college, people I haven't seen in forever. It was freaky what I lived through last night. And it may happen again tonight. Doctor says it may happen like 5-8 times. I get it now. And if you match that with chest constriction and people can't breathe, I totally get why we're losing so many people and why our hospitals are so crowded.
And during a town hall special about COVID-19, Chris also explained the physical toll the virus had on his body in just a few days.
I've lost 13 pounds in 3 days. Wow. Now, I'm a big guy. I started off at 230 pounds. My wife is feeding me like we were still in the dating phase. So it's not like I'm hurting for nutrition. I'm eating and drinking constantly. I'm just sweating it out, and it's the sickness.
Chris added that his symptoms, especially his fever, seemed to get worse as the day wore on.
The beast comes at night. As we know, the healthcare workers have taken to calling the virus the beast. I understand why. My fever has gone up a couple of degrees in like the last 30 minutes. Nights are tough. And I've learned something that I didn't know before. It is responsible journalism to say that 80% of people who get this statistically wind up okay, meaning they don't go to the hospital, they get through it. It is not humanly responsible, though, from an ethical perspective.
But one thing that the virus doesn't seem to be affecting is Chris's sense of humor. Last week, when Chris popped into his brother and the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo's briefing, they had a good, hearty laugh attack.
Obviously, the fever has affected your mental capacity and
yeah. And being alone all the time. I think everything I say is funny.